Hello, my name's Lee, and this is Books Knows Best, and I've got a book haul for you. Sorry if I'm squinting a little bit, the sun is right there, so it's in my eyes a little bit. I only have 3 books to show you today, so I will read the synopsis of them. So, the first one I got is While the Others Sleep, and this is by Tom Becker. It has a really nice cover. If you see, there's like a really creepy boy there, and like loads of plants and stuff. Like, the cover of this book reminds me a little bit of, is it Resident Evil? No, it's not Resident Evil. Silent Hill or something? You know, where, like, the black darkness crawls through the house and stuff like that. I think it's Silent Hill. Anyway, and the back says, Alfie can't sleep. He's been sent to the sanitarium to get better. And it's a terrifying place, especially at night when everyone else is asleep. Alfie soon discovers that being awake is the most dangerous condition of all. You'll find out why, but don't expect to sleep afterwards. It sounds really good, and it's really short. It's only 250 pages, exactly. But it looks really good, and I love the cover, and I love creepy stories. So that should be interesting. I then got The Notable Brain of Maximilian Ponder by J.W. Ironmonger. And this has an amazing cover. So there's a brain inside a hat. And like, yeah, it's really cool. And on the back it says, on his 21st birthday, Maximilian Ponder shut himself away from the world to embark on his greatest project, an attempt to record every memory in his brain. It should have taken 3 years, but 3 long decades pass. Now Max lies dead, surrounded by his magnum opus, the catalogue, a library of notebooks and journals that he hoped would form the map of a single human mind. And before his friend Adam could call the police and inform them of Max's death, one rather gruesome task remains. Now Adam tells the story of the man he knew, a man whose life changed dramatically the day he buried a dead Labrador and fought a duel with his father. What emerges is both the story of a friendship and also of a lifelong obsession, a quest to understand how we construct the story of our lives. Now, I thought this was really cool. And look at the back, it's like his brain in a jar. And on the spine there's his brain in a hat. But yeah, I thought this was a really interesting concept. For one thing I only noticed when I came home is if you look, the text is tiny. Very small. There's a lot of words on each page. And it's 293 pages. So that's that one. And then finally I have We Used to Be Kings, which has an amazing cover. And it's hardback. And it's by Stuart Foster. And now this is about, I've talked about reading books about mental illness and stuff. In a previous haul that I did, I hauled a book called a book called Henry's Demons, which apparently is really good. And also, I've been recommended by Erin from Rust Queen to read, well, not recommended, but she said to me I should read The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Filer, because that's about mental illness, so I might get that. But I wanted the hardback, and I've been looking for it, and I can't find it. But I might get the paperback, because I've seen it in Asda for like £3.85, so I might go and get that. But I'll read you this one. It says, 6 years ago Tom's brother died. The next day he came back. It's Tom and Jack's 18th birthday, but it isn't a cause for celebration. For the past 3 years they've been in a care home for troubled children, a place where Dr. Smith tries to silence the voice of Jack in Tom's head. But Tom doesn't want that. He's already lost his brother once, he's not going to lose him again. And so when they appear in front of the review board, they will have to pretend Jack has gone so they won't be sent to the young men's institution, or they'll have to escape. Because one way or another they've got to get out of this place. They've got to be free, they've got to remember everything that happened to them, to their mum, and to their dad. They have to find their dad, whom they haven't seen since he left on a space mission to the moon when they were young. We Used to Be Kings is the story of a young boy's descent into madness, following the loss of everything he knows. Set in the 1970s, it is reminiscent of unusually hot summers, pictures of Russians in space and war on our doorstep. It's an audacious, at times hilarious story that is ultimately heartbreaking and altogether unforgettable. So that sounds like something I really would enjoy. In Waterstones and on Goodreads, it's labelled as contemporary. And I don't usually read contemporary books, but seeing as this is about mental illness, and I really like stories about children with mental illness, or young adults, not really older people. So I thought this was really interesting, and the cover's amazing. And also, I talked about this before, but it's, if I take the dust jacket off, you'll see it's a wraparound design. I love wraparound designs, like it's like this guy on the moon and a spaceman, or astronaut or whatever. Yes, and like I said before, I do like my wraparound book covers. So yeah, those are the books I got. So there's We Used to Be Kings, it's by Stuart Foster. The Notable Brain of Maximilian Ponder by J.W. Ironmonger. And While the Others Sleep by Tom Becker. So yes, these are the books I've got. Tell me if you've read any and what you thought of them, and if there's any you recommend to me that I haven't, that you don't think I've read. Recommend them and I'll pick them up. Something maybe along the lines of We Used to Be Kings, you know, about young children or young adults with, yeah, maybe descent into madness or or just about mental illness. So yes, those are the books I got. I will have fun reading, you have fun reading, and thank you for watching this video, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.